situation, but I'm very, very hopeful and expect that we'll be able to avoid defaults at that level.
And I share that hope, but if I may conclude on this question, what would be the consequence of a large state like California or Illinois defaulting on its debt? In terms of the national economy.
Well, it's difficult to know, frankly, because it hasn't happened for a long time. It would certainly be it would certainly create a lot of stress and volatility in the markets. There's no question about that. It also would mean that the state, when it came back into the market, would probably have to pay a much higher interest rate for a considerable period, and therefore it would be, I think, very much a last resort for any state to do that.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I thank the Senator. I thank the Senator for asking the question, because I think this is something we need to be paying close attention to. Senators raised the question of a series of municipalities that may be under significant stress. We've also been told that there are a number of states, I've been told as many as 20. Governor Manchin, maybe you have more recent information.
I just cycled out of being chair of the NGA, and we were very much concerned about this, watching the fiscal viability of every one of the states. And everything's back to 208 levels is what we were based off, and that's what you all based off in Congress when you set up the help that was given as far as in the aid to the states. That all goes away by June 30th. Most of our fiscal budgets are done June 30th, 2011.
And do you have a rough idea of how many states are?
I think you're upwards more of in the high 20s, low 30s. It could be in serious problems. We're concerned. We're very much concerned.
We've got an analysis, by the way, underway on this question. This may be one of the things we would like to talk to you about if you have an opportunity to come up and meet with us in a session with all senators. We do have an effort underway based on conversation I had with Governor Manchin earlier.
If I could ask one question, Mr. Chairman, and to Mr. Bernanke, is that I think what we were asking, and the senator from Texas was asking the same, is there any plan? I know it hasn't happened. It's been many, many years, and maybe, but we're seeing indications and concerns that we have right now, and states have done everything humanly possible because they have to meet a balanced budget, every year, and they've cut to the bone, if you will. And if the cash flow is just not there to suffice with the amount of services they have to give, is there any bailout or any other proposal that you all have or have been looking at? And I think that's what we're saying. Is there any plan available that could help a state that would prevent this from happening, falling into default? Or could you do that?
I don't think the Federal Reserve has the authority, and I don't think it would be appropriate for us to do that. This is something that would take place over a period of time. It wouldn't happen in a day or two, and there'd be plenty of time, I think, for Congress and for the state legislature to look at alternative solutions. I think this is really a political, fiscal issue, and we'll watch it very carefully because it has implications for the economy and for financial markets, but I don't think the Fed really has much that we can do about it.
Mr. Chairman, I would recommend that maybe as a committee what we should do is check with the NGA. They'll give you complete status of what they see in the real crisis.
I think we better think about how we get input on this. The more we look, and Senator Cornyn's brought to our attention here, what we'd heard earlier as a result of the information you shared with us, this is something that's out there on the horizon that we need to pay very close attention to.